How about the others? Or mainly 6A because 6B, they are now having a closure of the lesson, is it? Oh, you just end up the lesson earlier, right? So that's why I see most of you being 6A. Now here comes 6B. Okay, to start with, I would like to Okay, I would like to take attendance with you. First of all, is today's, I forgot, it is day 2, is it? Day 2. 7th of December. Period. And period, there should be period 2 and period 3. Yep. All right. Chen Maiho. Are you here? It seems he has Spanish. Anyone who is friend, would you please ask him to come back? 趙家明
喺度。
梁少維
喺度。
李振傑，李彤，
多謝喺度。李振傑喺度。
李彤 not here. Slept. 吳晶豪，徐家榮，
喺度。
胡嘉倫，
喺度。
入余日斌，係 good morning， 翁靜南，morning， 陳振希，
喺度。
蔡俊明 again he has been disappearing for long. 朱俊輝 anyone who can dial him and ask and tell him to come back. 李建樂盧少華 where are you? 盧少華 absent also. 吳文希
喺度。
溫志偉
喺度。
余子豪袁天佑 all right so 余子豪盧小華蔡俊明李彤陳偉豪 are you here? I repeat Those 5 students final chance 陳偉豪、李彤、蔡俊明、杜少華 and 余子豪業。Now, to start with, I would like to talk to you about the coming teaching schedule. It is on you may find it on your WhatsApp. It is about the SBA QA. Take a quick look on that. Now, can you see that? So this is the ones where the part of the important SBA in your Form 6. Now, your task is to deduce the 2 white unknown ionic compound respectively. Okay, we'll have 1 cation, 1 anion, and name the respective ion and then name the 2 unknowns. So because you are now having a revision, okay? So I expect you guys, you have to either memorize the whole different chemical text for cation and anion, or if you fail to manage for the time being, you may use 1 A4 size reference page to the lab, and this is the cheat sheets, okay? And individual work, and you'll be given the following chemicals. Okay, some of them is for acidification, just like concentrated acid and dilute acid, right? You have to choose very carefully about the choice of acid. And you may also get some other chemical reagents for testing, just like silver nitrate, sodium hydroxide, ammonia, potassium iodide, etc. Each one of them, they will serve its own purpose. So it depends on you. Just like you go to the wet market, and you can buy tomato, and somebody will love to use tomato to make tomato paste, while for the others, you love to use tomato to make tomato sauce, or maybe even as part of the dish. It's up to you. And if you want to have something extra, let me know beforehand, before I give it to you. Now, the cations and anions to be tested is will be this. Don't worry too much that I just asked you a simple salt, okay? No, it is not a double salt or complex salt. What do you mean by simple salt? The simple salt means we have got inside there only containing 1 type of cation and 1 type of anion. We call that simple salt. While for the complex salt, double salt mean different thing. For example, double salt, ammonium iron 2 sulfate. So we call it double salt. Complex salt, what is that? Tritramine, zinc, nitrate, for example. So we have got some complex ions inside. So we will not ask you such. We will not ask you such. Instead, whenever we will be given some white powder, as I said before, white solid. Whenever you be given some white powder, it can be one of the different combinations. So the practical part will be about 1 hour, while for the remaining hours, you'll be asked to do your deduction by written, in terms of written. If time is allowed, you may also have a try or more. Okay, now before that, I would like to have this week once and another week another chance for you to do. Well, for week 1, I would like to talk to the lab technicians to see if you can also have a try on some organic chemistry QA, just like silver mirror test, 2,4-dinitrophenolhydrazine, etc. I found that many of you don't have a chance of doing such, right? So I would like to add this together. Okay, so two separate experiments. Well, for the first time, you'll be given, you're going to test the identity of two white solid. Well, for the next week, it will be more. So I would have, so what is the combination of such? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have got a combination, right? Can you get my point? 7 cations, 9 anions. So how many different combinations would there be? You can make a guess, right? So this is for your recording only. Okay, it's for your record taking. But what I want you to know, you need not follow the sequence. Okay, you need not follow the sequence, and indeed it is not logical, right, to follow the sequence. Whenever you are, what your task is very simple. Use some efficient method in order to arrive at the answer. So this is our task. Can you get my point? And finally, you will be given the deduce in terms of paragraph length answer. How would you work odd one out? Okay, can you get my point? So this is what I would like to remind all of you about this lab. Any questions so far? All right. And no more questions? 陳偉豪 Long time no see.
係咩？
Oh, I didn't see you for long.
第一堂冇上到。
Huh. Again. Now, once a reminder to all of you that don't you know that the report card, all of your attendance will be recorded, including the days of absence, etc. It may not give you a good impression to the others. So remember my saying about this. Do not put yourself into such an embarrassing position by asking by the others how well does it perform in the lab, etc. Right? Now, last week we would have this oral the SBA section on organic chemistry. Do you see that? So we would like to carry this out in the practice on Friday for Chem 1 students, and as well as I start a journey with you on inorganic chemistry. Can we manage to finish them all today in your class here? 陳偉豪
係。
Yep, question 13.
發生咩事啊？等陣先。
乜事？蔡俊明 You just give me a cross. Why is it? 蔡俊明 Don't tell me that you just go back to your bed. No questions. So you'll be asked. About this. Question 13. Can you see that? The oral SBA again. Organic chem. Ming, tell me 13. Chemical test to distinguish between ethanoxane and ethanamide. Hey, Ming, where are you? Yeah, tell me, what is that? Still thinking. Now, don't you know that in the last lesson, is in Form 3, I asked all guys turn on the camera and let me know your face. Can you manage to do so now? Yeah, let me see your face. 温志偉 No, no, it's not a reason that you have to do it by yourself. Now turn to question 13, 蔡俊明, tell me. I need to open the aircon is too choppy. Test with sodium hydrogen carbonate. How? Instead of using the word test, last time I just tell all of you the proper way of presenting your answer. So you should have watched the video of the missing lesson. I better ask some others. You just make the pace too slow. 趙家明 趙家明
等陣先食緊嘢，等。係咪又係嗰個咩sodium hydrogen carbonate，然之後落去之後一個有 bubble， 一個冇 bubble 啊
？Sodium hydrogen carbonate. What is the physical state?
Solution.
Solution. Remember, why? How about solid?
唔得啊，因為唔用啊。
好啦，
咁我已經用明水咁就冇問題。跟住2分 X 就會出 bubble 嘅，我就唔會。
Colorless gas bubbles. How about ethane amide?
No observable change.
Yep, no observable change. So can you, this is for testing the positive result of an exit. Can we think it in reverse? Or you get a second method, to test for the presence of ethane amide. Anyone who can help? 胡嘉倫 胡嘉倫 are you here? 胡嘉倫 not here. At HCl, so what will happen? Somebody would love to use hydroxide, So what happened? Amine will undergo hydrolysis. So any observable change? If it undergo hydrolysis, any observable change? For amide, so what is the observable change for the chemical undergoing hydrolysis? It's amide, not amine. And second, yes, there is a reaction, but tell me the observable change. So Pangahou, could you please elaborate more? You suggest quite the opposite. You use alkaline instead. Yeah, that's right. So, yes, Danzima has got the answer, right? So you are going to add it with sodium hydroxide solution and let ethane amide undergo what? An alkaline hydrolysis. So very often a warming, and it will speed up the formation of the gas. So what will be the product? It will be this, right? In the past, somebody will think it like this, but it is not the case. And it will be formed, what will be formed? It will be what? Sorry about that, I need to write here. So anyway, should be the case to form sodium ion and as well as ammonia gas. So you are going to test this alkaline gas, okay, to test the gas with moist red litmus paper. Yes, that's right. So you test it for the red litmus paper. Remember to put the word moist here. They will turn it to blue. So the is for the testing for the presence of the alkaline gas. So if you use sodium hydroxide plus warm, so this one no observable change, but this part we have got such ammonia gas, the pungent gas that will be evolved. While we test its nature, it turns to blue. Questions? Any questions so far? So HCl, of course, HCl will react with amide, but why don't we choose HCl as a testing agent? It's because of what? The observable change is not obvious. Okay? Do you get what I mean? 4 gallon. So because I add acid, what will happen? They simply react to form ethane acid and what? Now let's do it together. If I add acid to it, so what will happen? So we'll get it as CH3, C double bond O, OH plus what? Yep, this time it is NH4 plus. So these two chemicals is not so obvious, right? It will not give you any obvious observable change. Maybe some of you may argue, Mr. Chin, I produce ethane acid, it will give you vinegar smell. Yeah, same as ethane acid. But do you mean that, Mr. Chin, isn't it a little bit, what I mean? You want to make things simply too complicated. Even though I open the bottle and I smell and I can distinguish an amide and ethane acid, because ethane acid it will give you a very distinctive vinegar smell. Yeah, you may think so, but be aware of the fact that for the ethane acid is nearly pure in pure state, the acid vapor is highly corrosive to you. So you better not do that. Okay, but you may think of it as a clue for you to further direct the answer, which is which. So question 14, chemical test to distinguish between butane and octane. Now both are alkane. 朱俊輝 how do you think it make the difference? Butane and octane. Burn it and octane has a moisture difference. Yes, that's right, you can. You can. Butane and octane you may burn it and test for the sootiness of flame. Okay, this one it will give you a blue flame, while this one it will give you a yellow flame. Okay, with soot, without soot. Why? Why is it possible? What is the chemical principle behind? 温志偉
as alkane has a higher or which has a higher CH ratio, the flame will have more sooty flame.
Which alkane? Both are alkane.
Octane will have a more sooty flame than butane.
Now octane, it will have a higher carbon content or higher carbon to hydrogen ratio. So we go back to organic chemistry. Okay, paper 1. This is the proper way to answer that. They will have a what? Higher chance of having what? Incomplete combustion. So this is what you have to relate to this, okay, butane and octane. But frankly, to tell you the truth, for this case, it may not be a good way to compare because a butane is a gas, okay, octane is a liquid. Maybe next time you'll be given something, both they are liquid, just like pentane, hexane, okay, when you compare with octane. And you by having this, you may find it more meaningful to compare. Okay, this for chemical test. Of course, if you use physical test, it's easy. Besides checking about the gas, butane, it can be a liquid. Okay, unless we pressurize it. Okay, if I pressurize it, if I see both are liquid, you pour them out. Okay, and try to see which one is more volatile, the one is butane. It's also possible. How about 15? Oh, Wenjing, you suggested tolerance reagent. Using tolerance reagent. How to use? No marks for that. How to use tolerance reagent? Yep, warm the solution. Warm them is the sample. It's not a solution. It's because of a pure substance. So you are going to warm each of the sample. Warm it with tolerance reagent. So for methane exit, we've got the silver mirror. While ethane exit, no silver mirror. But the question comes, why? You just mentioned the ethane exit. We have got an aldehyde group. Where is the aldehyde? Yes, that's right. So this is a very strange example. So maybe to most of you, we may think that ethane exit, you think of this one is a functional group, right? COOH, but indeed is another part. You think in another way round, you may treat it as a methane as an aldehyde. So that's why if I use methane exit, it can be further oxidized. I give you one more example. You can get what I mean. For example, I add KMNO4 acidified and I heat it. So what will be final outcome for this? It may form CO2. Okay, it may form CO2. So this is what it is somewhat very special about methane exit. Very strange case. Very strange case. I would like to draw attention. Question so far? If not, I would like to take a look on question 16. Question 16. Chemical test between the two. Lucas reagent. You can you elaborate more? If you use Lucas reagent, so what will happen? Act Lucas reagent. Tell me what that is. What makes Lucas reagent? The chemical inside? Forgot? Just HCl only? Anhydrous zinc chloride 旁加號 ZnCl. What is that? Okay, anhydrous zinc chloride in corn HCl. And observation, please. It seems many of you are afraid of naming these two. This time, I go back to naming. How to name these two chemical before we come up to the observation. How to name these two chemical. Don't tell me the former one, the latter one, left-hand side one or right-hand side one. How to name this? 蔡俊明 Where are you, 蔡俊明? How to name these? One methyl cyclohexane 6 correct? Manhei, what do you think? Is that name correct? One methyl cyclohexane 6 Manhei, where are you? No. So how you make it correct? A similar case for the second one. For those who know the second one, you may no need comma. 1-methyl cyclohexane. The answer is 1-methyl cyclohexane. Manhei, take a look on the word. What way is a hyphen between 1 and methyl? Second, cyclohexane without ye. Without ye. So the answer is cyclohexanol, is that? Okay, because cyclohexanol, it will give you a hidden meaning. That is number 1. Okay? No ye. How about the second one? Now, what happened to this for the observable change? And how about this, the other one? The second one, yes, again, we call it cyclohexanol, but they're changing in the position of methyl group. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too large, it is 3 instead. 3-methyl cyclohexanol. Observation, please. Observation. If you use Lucas reagent, 1-methyl cyclohexanol will turn turbid immediately. How about the other? Another one. Okay, the other one will take about 5 minutes. Why? Why? What is the nature of alcohol for these two cases? The first one is 1-methyl cyclohexanol is what? What alcohol? Yu Jiao, you know it? What is the type of alcohol between the two samples? Left one is tertiary. Yep. Secondary for the right hand side. Yes, that's right. No primary alcohol because it's a ring structure. No primary alcohol. Thank you. So I've got 4 more questions to go. 17. When do I? How to rename this two? How to rename this two? Left hand side, what is that? What is that? How to name this? Anyone who can tell? Now you may yell out the answer. And so exit, yep, for the left hand side. How about the other one? Benzoic acid, benzaldehyde. Now take a look on the name. 1 is 1, Is it correct? We call it benzoic acid. No N. It's not benzonic acid, it's benzoic acid. Okay, the other one, benzaldehyde. Is it correct? Yeah. Why we call it benzaldehyde? Why is it called benzaldehyde? Benzaldehyde is aldehyde with a benzyl group. We call it benzaldehyde. Okay, so what are the methods? What are the methods to you to make a difference between the two? Now, once you will be given the name, you may easily judge the types of a chemical test. Tolerance reagent. How to use? And then we have got the two. Silver mirror for the right hand side, while for the left hand side, what happened to it? No silver mirror, okay? No also change for this case. Of course, you may use sodium hydrogen carbonic solution. Is also possible. Okay, this method 1, method 2, or you use it, you add sodium hydrogen carbonate and look for what? Effervescence. And this part, no observable change. That is also possible, okay? How about thinking of a third method? Can you think of a third method? Can anyone think of a third method? Besides using tolerance reagent, sodium hydrocarbonate solution, what can you think of? Acidified potassium dichromate, and you are looking for what? Add sodium or potassium K2CO27. Look for what? Color change, okay? So this part, no. Orange to green. Think of a fourth method. So you may look at one device work. Fourth method. Act 2 for Act 2, 4 hyphen dinitro phenyl hydrazine. Okay, and check whether or not there's some bright primitive form. Which one will have? Yeah, this is the one. You got bright red, orange, or yellow precipitate for aldehyde, while for the acid, no observable change. Okay. Now, the similar case, while you take a look on 18. 18, can you choose which among the 4 choices, which are possible? The first one, tolerance reagent. Is it okay? What of the two? What is that two chemical? The first one is benzaldehyde. The second one is, what is that? We start from the word N. What is that? You don't know what's that? Naphthalene. Yes, that's right. It's naphthalene. 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 Noi is a type of aromatic compound, okay, with a poly ring. Okay, we will call that, we call it polycyclic aromatic compound. Polycyclic. So what is mean by polycyclic? So many rings, aromatic, which means what? 芳香族. So what are they in common is that those pi electrons, what I mean is the carbon-carbon double bond, the second bond, that electrons can be free moving like this. So once I put it here, okay, we will get another structure. Okay. Well, this double bond can be put it as here, right? You treat it as a non-double bond, right? Okay, get my point. So, which means that the electrons is not just delocalized within this ring on the left-hand side, but also on the right-hand side. So, which means the whole structure, we've got that delocalized electrons. So, I give you a very important hint. How to distinguish the two? Can we use bromine in organic solvent and test it for the positive result? The answer is no. Okay, why not? Because this substance is aromatic. So the carbon-carbon double bond is rather stable when you compare with those one in alkene. Okay, so it's much different. Two different examples. So how would you make a difference between the two? So never test it in terms of CC double bond because it's too stable. Relatively stable when you compare with the normal CC double bond. So leaving behind, yes, that's right. Leaving behind is to think of the aldehyde and check which one we have got positive result for the aldehyde. The answer is you may use. For example, tolerance reagent, yes. What else? K2CR207, acidified, yes. And check for the color change. What else? 2,4-dinitro phenylhydrazine and check for PBT. Is also okay. Okay, can you get my point? So how about the last two questions? And 陳偉雄 陳偉雄 are you here? You fall asleep again? 徐家榮 徐家榮 are you here? Joy, do you know why I start to think if you guys need to turn on the camera? Yes, they cannot do it from the decent works, okay? Okay, tell me that too. Anyone can help? Yep. You edit with K2CR27, acidified and warm it, and look for what? Yes, cyclohexanol. Yes, that's right. You have got the two. The color change, please. The color change. Except by the but the name you may guess of the functional group, ketone and alcohol. Okay, but for final questions, we give you some more hint to talk about. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, good job. The cyclohexanol. It is the secondary alcohol, so it can be further oxidized. If it undergoes the test with dichromate, they will have a final product on the right hand side exactly. Cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol is an oxidized product from the cyclohexanol. Okay. How about the last question? Now this part it is somewhat very similar to what you see in your DSE. Very similar, and in which they will give you a very complex substances, and you are going to still use the chemical test to distinguish. The two structures they are looked. It seems like very complicated. Yeah, that's right. So the way to make a difference is by taking a look on the two. Yeah. So what is that on the left-hand side? Now, then, you've done a very good job by telling me that it is an aldehyde and acid. So how to distinguish them? Silver mirror test. Yep. On the left-hand side, while for the right-hand side, no observable change. You use tolerance reagent to warm it, to warm the sample, and try to look for the presence of silver mirror. Tolerance reagent. You may have got the silver mirror and no observable change, or you use another method. K2CR207, acidify and warm it. You look for the color change. Okay, and this part, what is that? No observable change, or somebody who used the first case, or what? You edit with sodium hydrogen carbonate solution. You look for what? Effervescence. Okay. Is that clear? So we have got so many different cases to get to know to make a distinguish between them. So shall we take a recap on today's lecture? Tell me, you are asked to think of the chemical test. So first of all, tell me the chemical, then the testing agent, as well as the treatment. It can be warming, okay, and very often warming is also must be seen in tolerance reagent. Remember, tolerance reagent plus warm is a must item. Okay, otherwise you cannot get any silver mirror. For dichromate acidified, and theoretically, you have to add a warm to tell you we have got our rectals. But in practical sense, it depends on the types of alcohol. For some alcohol, we have got a very rapid reaction, and no heating is required, and there is a color change. But in order to keep the whole thing, you better make the word warm besides that. And 3, most importantly, is about this. Many of you have omitted this part, is to test for the presence of carboxyl group. So we would love to use sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium carbonate to test for the presence, to test for the formation of CO2. It is in form of colorless gas bubbles. But remember, you are going to make sure that water has been added. All of you, please mark it down. You have to make sure that water has been added. Now, remember that 2 samples, we don't have any water inside. In order to exhibit the acidic properties of those carboxyl group, you need the presence of water. So that's why you'll be asked to write as AQ here. Okay, AQ. You never put it in solid and you look for colorless gas bubbles. Sorry, no such. Okay, so this is what I would like to share with you, remind all of you about this. Any questions so far? Now, for the coming Chem 2 lesson, we would have something new. It's not organic chemistry QA. We come to something more challenging, is to get to know the structure, is to get to know that some label setup, there are some mistakes. And what you need to do is to spot out the mistakes of label setup, of nearly all. I wish I can find them all, the mistakes of those label setup, and make you be more aware of it. This is the way to have a recap of the revision of today's lesson. Any questions so far? What do you think about today? Good, bad, or not? If you have as a recap of organic chemistry. Oh, no response? Slept? Good stuff for Ricky. How about another Ricky? Slept? 人認為7月1分8，錯著明 you have got 2. You should have come back. Okay, in every chemistry lesson, do you know what I'm going to do? What I have been doing? Yep, that's right. This is what we would like to have a recap of to all of you. Okay, it's time to take a break. Thank you for the time. Thank you. Bye-bye.